We are we are live. We're live, and then we're gonna go straight into a quick news report. Let's see what we have for today. What do we have for today? And the news cycle. We're gonna do it fast, and we're gonna do it quick, and we're gonna do it right away. Two people watching. Okay. Um, First, top US and world headlines today. That's the first thing we're gonna start. Top US and world news today. Gonna move this without that. Whoa. Everything's falling. This is a mess. I'm a newbie. This is my first time. All right. Episode 17, I believe. And we're going to do a live news report. Top US and world headlines today. The Justice Department is continuing to release tens of thousands of pages of Jeffrey Epstein's related documents, including photos and records tied to his network, after facing a court order deadline and pressure from Congress and the public. President Donald Trump ordered large scale airstrikes on at least 70 ISIS targets in Syria in retaliation for an ambush that killed two US soldiers and an American interpreter, with officials calling it one of the heaviest recent blows against the group. A powerful winter storm system is the A powerful winter storm system is disrupting holiday travel across parts of the West, Midwest, and Northwest, with heavy rain, snow, and wind causing flight delays, road closures, and flood watches in several states, including Northern California, Washington, and Oregon. Let's see. In world headlines, U.S. authorities have seized another oil tanker in international waters off the Venezuelan coast, part of a broader effort to enforce sanctions and what Trump is calling a total blockade. Venezuelan oil exports heightened tensions with President Nicolas Maduro's government. A Russian attack on port infrastructure in Odessa has killed at least 8 people and wounded dozens more, according to Ukrainian officials, underscoring continued strikes on Ukraine's Black Sea facilities, despite international calls to protect civilian areas. A Pakistani court has convicted former Prime Minister Imran Khan and his wife Bushra Bibi in a graft case and sentenced them to 17 years in prison, a ruling his supporters denounced as politically motivated ahead of future elections. That's the news for today. See you tomorrow. That's the news for today. Now we go on into a little research. We're gonna do some research, find out what the heck happening out here in the world. Um, that was quick. Quick. We've only been live for about 4 minutes, and we don't even know if that's working. Let's see. Updating. Uh, Updating stream on Kick, and it's working now. is good. Maybe we can put this about here. I saw that the kick people want a more closer look. So we're gonna try that. We're gonna try that. Maybe this is what you want. This is what you desire. Oh, every time I sit in this chair, I start to yawn, dude. Come on. Okay, we're gonna do pop-up chat, and then we can close this tab. Um, now these are completely different views, but I guess it's fine. I like this side view, this direct. It's like all the other streams. We keep in consistency going because today is, I believe, the 17th day that we do this. Yesterday was 16, today is 17. And yesterday we wouldn't stop yawning. Just like today. Can't stop yawning, won't stop yawning. And yeah, today's day 17. Nice. We've been averaging a total of one viewer. Yay! One viewer per thing. Just probably my mother. But we gotta continue. We gotta keep on going. We gotta make it through the storm. Consistency. Yeah, it's really not about consistency. It's about proper development of things. You can't just spray and hope for the best. But some people get lucky. Some people do because I don't know. I really don't know the algorithms freaking things. Um, maybe because they put numbers. Yeah, I don't even know. I just make these for fun because it's something to do in the evenings. Helps me out. Who's typing in the chat already? Alrighty. Let's see. Let's keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. We were gonna look at the top news today. Let's see. I like this one. Let's see this one. We're gonna read. We're gonna read a little more about this one. Latest international news. Oh, what is this? Jury says Johnson and Johnson owes $65.5 million to woman with cancer who used talcum powder. The Minnesota jury has awarded 65.5 million to a woman who claimed talcum products made by Johnson and Johnson exposed her to asbestos and contributed to her developing mesothelioma. Damn, that is a big, big case. And if this one woman had going through this experience, imagine all the other users of the same product. So they're gonna have a big compensation. Um, but how much does Johnson and Johnson make per year? Johnson and Johnson per year. Holy. Okay. Johnson and Johnson generates substantial annual revenue, approximately projected around 90 to 97 billions. Wow, for the 2024-2025 run. Sheesh. That's crazy. Well, that's crazy. That is a big old company. So 90 to 97 billion dollars. Wow, almost 100 billion. That's a good number. 100 billion, 100 billion, 100 billion, 900 billion, 999 billion, a trillion, 999 billion, 900 billion, 1 trillion, 100 billion. I like that. I like that number. I like the triple digit billions. So 100 billion to 999 billion. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good area. This company is doing great. So this lawsuit is not even a freaking dent. Not even dent. Let's see. Top U.S. stories. Emergency landing. Text sent before crash. Wow. Passenger texted emergency landing moments before crash that killed former NASCAR driver's family. Jeez. A person aboard a small private jet that crashed in North Carolina on Thursday texted emergency landing to a family member moments before the plane went down, killing 7 people, including former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle. Federal transportation officials confirmed Saturday. The Cessna C-550 small plane crashed at about 10:20 a.m. local on Thursday while landing at Statesville Regional Airport, about 45 miles north of Charlotte. Greg Biffle, his wife Christina, daughter Emma, and son Ryder were killed in the crash, along with Dennis and Jack Dutton and Craig Wadsworth. Damn. Officials did not say who sent or received the text message. The preliminary investigation suggests that the aircraft departed from a runway and attempted to land on another after being airborne for about 10 minutes. So they diagnosed that so quick. So only 10 minutes in the air and they asked to land and attempted to land in another runway. Graham said the plane was stable on approach with its landing lights on, according to multiple witnesses. But the aircraft came in low, Graham said. That's uh, that's hard to say if it was just a pilot's error or the actual plane something was wrong. Because if they 10 minutes in, the still not sure who was piloting the plane at the time of the crash. Said Graham. Uh, they said previously 3 people on the aircraft had pilot licenses. Investigators located the cockpit voice recorder and sent it to the lab in Washington, D.C. for analysis. The aircraft did not have a flight data recorder, but it was not required to have one. Wow, that's interesting. That's hard because I want to also have a small plane license, a pilot's license, which is actually extremely cheap to what I actually thought it was. A private pilot license. It's cheaper than I could ever imagine, and but it takes a lot of hours to get that license. So you just have to do the inspection before, after, because looks like they found out about it like 10 minutes in, and then they requested to land on another runway. Jeez. Jeez. Whoa. Okay, next. Let's see what else we have. What else do we have? U.S. seized another ship in the Caribbean. Another one. Another one. I believe this is the second one. Should we watch the video together? Let's watch the video together. Let's see. Put up. Pause. Oh, you're not gonna let me watch the video. Is this a paywall? This is a. Why do news organizations have paywalls? I understand you need to pay the bills, but not at the expense of the freaking people, man. Not at the expense of the people. Come on. The United States will continue. Um, the United States will continue to pursue the illicit movement of sanctioned oil that is used to fund narco terrorism in the region. We will find you and we will stop you, they say. The U.S. Coast Guard intercepted a sanctioned vessel off the coast of Venezuela in international waters off the Caribbean Sea on Saturday, according to U.S. officials. Okay. Video. Let's look for it. Can we put a pause on it? Okay. Video. So we're gonna share the screen. These operations are getting crazier and crazier. Bear with me a second. My computer is a little slow. I think I have too many things open. What is going on? Live streaming, bro? Come on. Okay, we're gonna delete this. We can keep this one. From here, we can delete. I guess we can delete that. And then we can delete this. And I don't think I need to delete that. We can minimize this window. And then we'll be fine. And then we'll minimize this other window. Okay, we should have a little more freedom to do.
Month, ABC senior White House correspondent Selena Wang has the details.
Ike, we're seeing the Trump administration once again ramping up the pressure on Venezuela for
this is the second time that they're doing this.
The U.S. Coast Guard seizing an oil tanker
they have
off the coast of Venezuela. The administration now going after the regime's
a Call of Duty mission.
Oil exports. Now, again, it was just less than 2 weeks ago when the U.S. took similar action. And this also comes as the United States has been amassing a military presence in the region, deploying the world's largest aircraft carrier to the Caribbean. The U.S. has also hit at least 25 suspected drug boats in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific, killing at least 100.
So these are all the boats that they have taken out. We just watched a video of the newest oil tanker, but these are the small boats that they claim that are filled with drugs. right? From September 2nd to December 17th, that's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Just from what we can see. I'm sure there's more, but 26 airstrikes. Jeez. Jeez. They're really freaking honing in on this. The U.S. Coast Guard, the U.S. Coast Guard indirected a sanctioned vessel off the coast of Venezuela in international waters off the Caribbean Sea on Saturday, according to U.S. officials. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem confirmed the seizure in a post on social media, saying there was Department of War support for the pre-dawn action that was carried out by the Coast Guard. She said the tanker had last made port in Venezuela. Jeez. So their reasoning is that they identified Venezuela to be a country that is involved in the trafficking of drugs, right? So apparently any um, oil tanker or vessel that goes to the port will get um, apprehended by the U.S. But key thing we see here: nobody's calling the Department of War the Department of War. This. We're looking at ABC News, and they don't have their shit right, bro. Go on. Not even ABC News can't report properly. It's the Department of War apparently, not the Department of Defense. This is the second sanctioned vessel seized by the United States on December 10th. An elite U.S. Coast Guard tactical operation team with the support of U.S. Navy helicopters boarded a seized the skipper and oil tanker, sanctioned for being part of an illicit oil operation involving Venezuela. Jeez, they're really on top of it, man. Venezuela is completely surrounded by the largest armada ever assembled in the history of South America. Trump wrote in a lengthy post on his social media platform, Truth. It will only get bigger, and the shock to them will be like nothing they've ever seen before. Maduro said Venezuela would continue to trade oil and that Trump's intentions is regime change, which I think we agree. Regime, but the way that Trump would justify it is regime change for the benefit of the citizens of the United States. That would be because they're bringing drugs to the United States and messing up with the people here and just making the people in San Francisco freaking zombies, right? So he's saying you guys are ruining our cities. So we're gonna get to the root of it, right? Instead of actually handling these people and taking proper care of them, but going directly for the source, which they believe is Venezuela. So they're trying to go full on, and of course, a regime change would be ideal because they can endorse. So they don't place someone according to the politics. They endorse someone, and that person would have common shared interest with the US, so they would pass laws that would benefit the US, right? Maduro said Venezuela is regime change. This wouldn't just this would just not happen. Never, never, never. Venezuela will never be a colony of anything or anyone. Never, he said. This, those are his exact words. Do you want to look? Should we look at? Should we look at their Instagram? Let's see. Let's try to check out their Instagram. Is this blurry? This looks a little blurry. Maybe it's just high quality. Oh, it's the light. This light is literally like a filter. Jeez. Damn. I look pretty. What the? But yeah, no, for real. This light it's crazy. Look, that's me. And that's not me. Oh wow. Lighting I don't like it. I don't like it. Look, it is just too bright. Maybe you can lower the temperature. Let's see. There. No, one more. One more. One more. No. Okay. That looks a little more realistic. It's not just being washed out. Right? All right. I think so. And let's see. Let's go on to the next thing. Let's see. Yeah, I wanted to look at their Instagram. Let's see. Instagram. He's extremely active on Instagram. Like extremely active. He has 2.2 million followers. Let's see Trump Instagram. Should I share my screen? I'll share my screen on this one. If you want to look at the screen and everything that we're looking at, you can go to YouTube. YouTube.com/Mr. Hugo Balance. Where was I? No, we're gonna show the window. The window is this one. Okay. Yes. Yes. That's where we have everything showing. Let's see. So Trump has 39 million subscribers. Let's see POTUS. Let's see POTUS. $39 million is pretty big. I can't remember who's the first. We have exactly who's the fourth. Like the top. 17 million. So that's still a lot. So he only has 2.2 million, but 14,000 posts. Damn. I'm telling you, he is extremely active. 14,000 posts. That is an extreme amount. Trump has 7,000 posts. So he's like nearly complete double posting and being active on social media. That is a lot, man. That's a lot. This is social media. He frames himself as just a regular guy, just a regular schmegler guy. He's with the people, with the citizens. He does his live reports. He's always with the people. He's showing that he's like. This is the old president of Venezuela, right before Maduro. Let's see who is the biggest. Who is the biggest? Who is the biggest people in the world that have the most followers? Let's see. 68 posts. That's nothing, bro. You need to get with the game. Do you not see how much freaking posts? 14,000 posts. Wow. Wow. And Trump has 7,000 freaking posts. And since when was it? This year? I believe this year he started his president, and he already has 774 posts. Jeez. Let's see. Let's try. Do the math for how. For how many posts a day does the post count post since Trump took over in his second term for now to have currently 700 and something. $774, I believe. If my memory does not fail me, I think that's right. His second. No. Don't tell me I exited. We're just gonna go 774. We're gonna say he did around 774. Since Donald Trump assumed office for his second term on January 20th. So it's been a whole exact year. What is today? December 20th. So a whole exact 12 months. 365 days in a year. So he's been total posting on this account 334 days. So he posts around 3 times a day. That's crazy. Just by posting 3 times a day, he has 774 posts. That's just key. That is telling us exactly what the sauce. That's the sauce. Posting minimum 3 times a day for a whole entire year, dude. This official account activity is significantly lower than his engagement on Truth Social, where he was reportedly to have 2,662 times in his first 132 days, roughly 17 posts per day, as many as 160 times in a single evening on December 2nd. Jeez. So Truth Social is where he is most active. I've never been on Truth Social. Should we check it out today? Let's check it out today. We have no what do we have? What could we possibly do with our time rather than check Truth Truth Social? Truth Social. Which they should have just named it like Truth, not just Truth Social. Why? Whoops. Ready? Uh. Oh shit. He changed his bio. Look at this bio. President of the Republic of the President of the Republic of Venezuela, 2025 to 2031. Jeez. No wonder they're trying to take him out. Oh man. That's crazy. Hold up. We're gonna put a pause on that and then we're gonna do a little different research. Let's see. When was the elections in Venezuela in 2025? That's crazy. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Yeah, Nicolas Maduro was sworn in for his third 6-year term from 2025 to 2031. Yeah, Trump is jealous of that. Trump is freaking jealous of that. Can you believe that? So Trump is only allowed to serve until 2025, 2027, and that's it. That's it for the rest of his life. Nothing else. But Maduro has full control of a country for now almost freaking 16 years. Holy crap. On the day of the inauguration, the U.S. government increased the bounty for Maduro's arrest to 25 million and imposed fresh sanctions on several Venezuela's officials. Election controversy. Maduro's inauguration followed the disputed July 28, 2024 election, while the government-controlled electoral authority declared him the winner. The opposition provided voting tallies suggesting their candidate, Edmund Gonzalez Urita, had won by significant margin. Damn. The truth is always freaking in plain sight. The truth is in plain sight. Look, he has it in his freaking bio. 2025 to 2030 to 2031. Jeez. Good luck, Mr. Nicolas. Oh, this is gonna be a tough journey for you. I think they made this like their number one goal right now. That's what they're surrounded. Yeah, I didn't know the context of this. So in July 2024, he wins the election. And on January 10th, 2020, on July 2024, he wins the election. And on January 10th, 2025, he is sworn into office once again for the third time of a 6-year term. So I believe Venezuela has unlimited terms. Like you can run as many times as the people will elect you. Um, Venezuela has no term limits. He looks like such a good guy, but like we can never know and understand the intentions of people. So yeah, Venezuela has no presidential term limits. In 2009, a national referendum was passed that officially amended the constitution of Venezuela to abolish term limits for all elected officials, including the president, state governors, mayors, and National Assembly deputies. Damn. Previously, the 1999 Constitution had limited the president to 2 6-year terms. The successful 2009 amendment allows the president to be re-elected indefinitely as long as they continue to win elections. Jeez. Who did Hugo Chavez do this? And how did you come into power? Let's look at that. Yes, sir. So yeah, Chavez was the architect of the move to abolish term limits in Venezuela. He came to power through a democratic election in 1998 after a failed military coup attempt years earlier. Um, as lieutenant, as lieutenant colonel, as lieutenant colonel, Chavez led a failed military coup on February 4th, 1992, against President Carlos Andres Perez. Although the coup failed and he was imprisoned, his brief televised surrender, where he famously said his goals were not achieved for now, turned him into a national folk hero for many disenchanted with the political establishment. So Chavez was imprisoned. Jeez. For a failed coup attempt. Whoa. After being pardoned and released from prison in 94, Chavez transitioned to civilian politics. So now he did it the right way. Instead of going for a full on coup, he actually followed the proper steps. He ran for president in 1998 on a populist anti-corruption platform, promising to help the poor and dismantle the corrupt two-party system that had dominated for 40 years. He won convincingly with 56% of the vote and took office in February 1999. Damn. So since 1999, after a failed coup attempt, he was imprisoned and then started running for president in 98. And by 99, he was sworn into office. He had office for I don't know how many years until Nicolas Maduro took over. Following this change, Chavez won a re-election in 2012, but died in office in March 2013. So he was in office from 1999 to 2013. Damn, that's a long time. That's a long time for one person to be president from 1999 to 2013 until the day he died in office. And then his successor was Nicolas Maduro, which now we know from 2013 to 2031. Oh, so almost the whole teens, the whole 20s, all the way into 30. That's almost freaking 20 something years. Wow. I'm not doing mental math right now. I'm just so if I say those numbers wrong, then it's fine. Wow. This is great history. That's crazy. That's crazy. History. Crazy history to be learning today. Okay, let's keep watching. Let's see these three things. So from 1999 From 1999, immediately after taking over, he oversaw the drafting of a new constitution. It increased the presidential term from 5 to 6 years and allowed for one immediate re-election, a total of 2 terms. So he increased it to 6 years and he allowed for immediate re-election. So people can have 2 terms. In 2007, in December 2007, Chavez proposed a massive package of constitutional reforms that included the abolition of term limits. Voters narrowly rejected this proposal. By 2009, refusing to accept defeat, Chavez called for another referendum on February 15, 2009, especially focusing on abolishing term limits for all elected offices. This time, it passed with 54.4% of the vote, allowing him to run for president indefinitely. Jeez, that's crazy. So how many years in total did Chavez and Maduro do together? And who set up the previous? Damn. Longer than I've been alive. So from December 2025, as of December 2025, Chavez and Maduro together have governed a combined of total of nearly 27 years. That's crazy. So Chavez did a total of 14 years and 1 month. 14 years. And Maduro has done 12 years and 9 months, so almost 13. So he's about to pass him. But he's gonna easily pass him with this term limit if he doesn't get freaking executed by the US completely. Wow. Together they're Bolivarian. I'm trying to read it Bolivariana. In Spanish, it's Bolivariana, but in English, Bolivarian. Bolivarian Revolution has held power for has held power for 27 years and 10 months, almost 27 years. Uh, in in 1961, the document that Hugo Chavez replaced. Uh, It was the longest lived constitution in Venezuelan history. It was not written by a single person, but drafted by the Congress of the Republic and signed by two legislators. He wrote the Constitution of 1819. Simón Bolívar. Simón Bolívar. Simón Bolívar. He founded two countries, Venezuela and Bolivia. Let's go check out Truth Social. Truth Social. I've never seen Truth Social. Let's see what this is all about. If it's overwhelming and a lot of information. I have that briefly on the screen. Let's play. The FBI is on the scene. The suspect is in custody. God bless the victims and their families. This was on December 13th. What the? I thought you would show me the actual home screen. I don't know where they're going for. Like it's more like tweets, or are they going for more like video, or maybe both? Maybe they're trying to go for both. This is not optimized, and it's well, I guess he's right there, but it doesn't look very optimized for the site. Let's see a full screen. You know what? I'm trying to judge. I'm not trying to judge him. I'm trying to judge his platform that he speaks so much about. What is this? Already ads, feature ads, full screen ads. What the? America's Medicine.com will offer a way to direct purchase programs. This is an ad. We don't want an ad. Yeah, you see, like what's going on here? Completely aside with what is this? It is not optimized properly for computers. He has 11 million He's following 69 people. That's a pin post. Repost, 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 repost. They're all repost. Come on. Where are you, Mr. Truth? Truth Social. I don't want to sign in. This just looks like yapping. There's a bunch of yapping here going on. Look at this. A lot of yapping, 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 a little more posting, a little more random posting. It's a little overwhelming. Hence why I don't use X. It's just a little overwhelming. Too much text, too many opinions, too many people saying random things. Yeah, I don't fuck with it. I can't see the. I can't see it. Oh, can't see that. We got a lot to go. If we want to pass 14,000 posts, we gotta start. Come on, bro. Like, what are you doing? You got 11 posts, 11 days. You gotta go 365 days. Try that. Try that one. I think you should try that one. Okay. But yeah, that's crazy. Soldier of Bolivar and son of Chavez. Jeez. But yeah, he's extremely active on social media. Extremely active. So they seized another oil tanker. That's crazy. Let's see how that affected the markets. Let's see how it affected the markets. I don't want viewers. I want people chatting, commenting, interacting. I don't care. I couldn't care less for views. I want people actually coming in and say their opinions so we can talk about it, discuss it. Tell me about your life. Tell me about how you grew up. Tell me about why you like certain things and why you don't like certain things. Tell me about your future, what you want to do in future years. What do you think about death? I want to understand all of this. I don't want viewers. I don't want viewers. I don't want people just following. I want people who interact. Oil. Give me oil. Give me oil. Come on. Give me oil. Trying to do this oil thing. ¿Qué mierda está pasando? ¿Qué está tan lenta esta maldita computadora? Vamos, computadora. Ya. Basta. Arréglate. Ya. Te vas a arreglar ahorita, computadora. Te vas a arreglar ahorita que vas a llevar Huasca. Ya. Arreglate, computadora, que me estás enojando. Mira, te voy a desenchufar del cargador ahorita si no escuchas. Te voy a desenchufar. Vamos, solo quiero ver cuánto cuesta de esta. cosa. Quiero ver qué precio está el petróleo. Vamos. Necesito ver el precio del petróleo. Pucha. No me deja ver el precio del petróleo esta pinche computadora. Ok, ya, ahora sí. Vamos a ver el precio del petróleo. ¿Qué tenemos hoy día? 56, está un poco alto, estaba 55. Yo creo que sí va a bajar, pero va a tomarle un poquito de tiempo. Let's see. We gotta always look on the higher time frame. Always look at the higher time frame first before you continue to the lower time frame. My hands are cold. I feel like, geez, my fingers are cold. Is the air on? No reply. Can't hear me. So this is my favorite thing in the world, seeing a break of structure. I love to see that. I love to see that. Love it, love it, love it. Love to see it. Love it, love it, love it. Like to see a break of structure. And this is exactly what we got. Yeah, that's a clean break of structure. I would like some candles to open and close after the break of structure. That would be a great confirmation. Then we'll have a quick liquidity grab at liquidity pools. Then what happens there is we have a transaction from sellers to buyers where buyers gain momentum and continue pushing price in the direction of the trend. That is basic trading for you, basic market structure. Now, trading is actually how how much you risk in a consistent basis on based on your risk to reward ratio. If you do that enough times, you have a winning strategy. It's not about one specific trade, it's about consistent risk over time. That's trading. That is trading. Market structure is different. Market structure just gives you an edge on the freaking move. I say I got excited. I got excited. I got excited about this. This is good stuff. Look at this. Look at this. On a lower time frame, we had a candle close on the daily, which is the daily is a pretty big time frame to be moving. And now we have one, two, about three liquidity pools, which is good. We want to go up, grab those, which creates uh, a stronger ceiling, a stronger floor, a stronger freaking top of the box, bottom of the box, however you want to call it and justify it. It does not matter. The point is that you just understand market structure, higher highs, lower lows, uh, expansion, contractions to liquidity pools, and then momentum to the trending side. Simple, simple, easy. Freaking learn this in middle school. The hard part is actual risk management. Risk management is real trading. Learning the charts is not trading. Learning the chart is not trading. Real trading comes when you understand risk management. That's it. That's all trading is. Literally. It's the easiest thing in the world. So here, we had a breaker structure and we want price to come around here right there. Then price is gonna kick up maybe around there, and then to continue the push down, especially now since we have some new oil that we've sanctioned, but apparently we're keeping that oil. That's crazy. The US is just looking to keep the oil. They're not looking to give it back. They said that those were their exact words, not mine. They said they're not looking to give it back, or they're not going to just keep it in storage. They're going to use it. They're going to use it for whatever they want. So if we can go to 50, that would be amazing. This is what we're looking at. So this is the price action that we see right now. If price continues to drop, meaning we have more supply than demand, price will drop, right? And that's kind of what Trump is looking to do with, because he's looking to lower the price of oil, which when you refine it turns into gasoline, right? And gasoline is used for electricity, for cars, for transportation, for everything. So he is looking to lower the price of oil. And if we continue to see that trend, we can confirm the price will go to $50 per barrel. um, Now, if things go south and we have a certain rise in demand of oil, and our supply is held steady, so it doesn't our supply doesn't grow but the demand grows, then price will go up. And if price goes up, we can expect this trending pattern to play out. So we're going to break above the ceiling. We're going to break above. We have a box. We break above the box. And now we have confirmed the prices keep going up. We keep breaking structure. We keep breaking previous highs. That's how we know that we have a new trending pattern. So once we establish that we have a new trending pattern and we have confirmed that demand is bigger than supply, we understand that this pattern will play out and will continue upwards. But until then, looks like the US has most things under control. And so they're looking to lower the price of oil by increasing their supply while keeping demand steady. So that will give us a natural drop in price, which we can estimate at least $50 flat will hit maybe around January. But that's not trading. Understand that that is not trading. Trading is risk management. This is just market talk, understanding market structure. That's it. This is not trading. Trading is proper risk management over a long period of time. That's trading. This is not trading. This is just market observations, pattern recognition, if you put it simply. So let's go lower. Lower, we see this last break of structure and price return to that. So now we're in a sideways move until price breaks either above this or below this. Pretty simple, pretty easy to understand. And that's the market for. Thank you for coming to my show, joining me and talking in the chat and making this entertaining. You amazing. Thank you so much for everybody in the chat that's made this day freaking possible. So glory to God. have mercy on me. And God willing, this goes great.